Hello everyone and welcome back to my atelier. I hope you're doing well today. As promised, here is the first update of my 1-month sketchbook. And the format of this video is a little bit different because I'm talking to the camera directly, so the audio might sound a bit different. But I thought it would be quite fun to do a more casual video like this for Sundays. So without further ado, I want to get started. So if you've watched my first video on starting the sketchbook, you might have already seen these, so I don't want to spend too much time on them, but in case you haven't watched them, here's the first page. I messed this one up a little bit, but it's fine. I still think it's cute, and I was drawing earlier this morning, and this sticker looks so pretty in the sunlight. You can see it a little bit here. Yeah. And then here are just swatches and some swan drawings. Just for anyone who's not watched the first video, this whole sketchbook is about just having fun and playing around without necessarily putting a lot of very heavy thought in it and like obsessing over small details. So I just wanted to test out some like fun, colorful materials and draw some silly geese because there's a lot of geese, and also there's a swan outside my window. Yeah. So, first, like, actual spread, I used, hold on, I can show you guys what I used. I used these colored pencils that I bought at a bookstore, and I used these zebra highlighters because I really like them and I use them for school. I don't know, oh, I actually do know why I was drawing squid, because I'm working on my university portfolio right now for entertainment design. Oh wait, my empty matcha cup is casting a bit of a shadow here. But for my university portfolio, I'm doing like a underwater mecha concept, and one of the buildings I was designing was like squid themed, so I was really squid pilled. Yeah, so I tried to like layer down one color and then use really colorful colors to kind of layer on top. It's very different from what I usually draw, but I really liked it. I think it's very silly, and I think it's a good way to start off the sketchbook. Then this is like my favorite page of all time in my sketchbooks that I think I've ever done. These are my cats. Well, two. I have a bunch of cats. But these are my two babies. This is Noodle, and then this is Soup. And they grew up together, so they're quite close. They're brothers. Well, they're not like biological brothers, but I always say they're brothers because they act like them. And I keep seeing people doing these like illustrated borders, and they seem so fun and playful to me. So I wanted to do them too. These are made with like Posca pens. I really love using acrylic markers. I do have to say, like, as much as I love using Poscas, their tips are a little bit annoying to work with, so I might have to look into getting like a different brand, but these are the only ones that are available here. But nonetheless, it was still really fun. I learned a lot about how I'm supposed to layer these, and I actually also layered some colored pencil on top for the details. So yeah, here's my Nunu. Put an apple and a banana here because Nunu likes apples and bananas. And then here's Soup. Hold on. I just thought. And I like using these like cool versus warm color scheme because they're a little bit like the sun and the moon, or like night and day. They're very different, but also they're very the same. And I love them. And yeah, they're my babies. Okay, this page is a little bit messy because you're gonna see on the next page, I wanted to use pastel colors, but I really don't like how they feel. Like, it's like when you scratch like a fork on a plate, that's how they feel to me. You get that like little shiver. But yeah, shoulder plates. I want to do more studies of things that I draw a lot but don't actually know what they look like, and a lot of my characters have like armor, but I never draw armor correctly, and I did this in ballpoint pen. And then these are Ganzai Tambi granulating colors from Kuretake. They're really interesting. I definitely do want to draw more, but I don't know. They're just so cool to use. I really like them, and they granulate a lot. Like, yeah, very awesome. And here I made a little 4-page comic. I don't know why I was feeling like this. I think something about playing around with art and just being silly makes me really like, I don't know, nervous. I have a lot of feelings about growing up because it's like, I just turned 18, but I still feel like a little girl. And I'm talking about how I grew up and I'm like technically a legal adult now. But I feel like I'm now more childish than I ever was. And I don't really feel grown up, and I don't think I'll ever feel grown up. And yeah, it says I just turned 18, but I still feel just like a little girl. But not in the way that I am a child or lost in the big wide world. Just me. And I wonder, will I forever be a little girl? And it's just kind of talking about how I don't feel different now than from when I was 14. And I can acknowledge I was a different person when I was 14. But I feel the same. And I'm like, am I gonna feel like the same for the rest of my life? I don't know. I feel like a lot of people might be able to relate, and I'm just not explaining it really well. But it's like when you see people like your parents or teachers, they seem so grown up, but I don't know. What if they're also just like kids running around? And it's not scary necessarily, because I don't really like. I do worry about stuff like this. I'm lying. I do worry about stuff like this. But I don't know. It's just an interesting thought. And I used pinks and yellows and blues. I don't know why. I just thought it was like a fitting color scheme. And I used I'm trying to remember. Oh, I used, those are the Himi gouache. Just very diluted with water. And I used I don't have a color here, but I used one of these to like do the line art and add details. You're gonna see I really love layering colored pencil on top of like water-based mediums. I just think it's so fun. Next, glass pen, Raven Studies with a glass pen. So my friends gifted me this really gorgeous, really awesome, really high quality glass pen as a late birthday gift. And it's so amazing. Like, I've worked with glass pens before, but this one's like a whole different level. And I want to make a whole separate video on this because honestly, like, the drawing experience with this is insane. But yeah, there's a girl in my art class and she draws a lot of ravens. And I think it really inspired me to draw ravens too. She's really talented. I'm low-key kind of scared of her, like, because she's such a good artist. But yeah, I think it's so cool that there's people in your environment that are so cracked at art that they can like inspire you. So I wanted to draw ravens too, especially because I've been drawing a lot of birds recently and it's really fun. So here's some ravens. I wanted to draw like a study of how the wings are layered. They're so cute actually. Oh my god, hold on, my friend is calling. Okay, I'm back. That was the least important phone call of my life. But yeah, I think ravens are cute. And I also did like a little bone study for the wings. This bone is the same as this bone. I just ran out of space. So yeah, that's this page. I think ravens are super awesome and I love birds. Oh yeah, here we went to the mall to go watch the Transformers movie and then we were stuck in traffic for like really long because I live in a city. So I drew the car seat, and then at the mall I was waiting for my ride, so I drew some more stuff. And then here, this is like stuff from my desk. Like I got like nail polish and ink bottle. I don't know. I think I like doing like small observational sketches with just like pen. I think it's really fun, and there's something very like I don't have to think about it that much. I just have to like kind of draw what I see. And I think that's a really good skill to have. It's just really hard sometimes, but easy at the same time. I don't know if that's making sense, but it's just like it engages a different type of skill and like a different part of your brain. So that's why I did it. Also, there's like my little frog bowl. I love my frog bowl. It's taking up way too much space on my desk. Also, I'm a little bit sick still. This is like week 6 of me being sick. Here I did like a quick painting study of like a garden I found on Pinterest. It's not that good, but it only took like 20 minutes because I wanted to kind of limit myself on how much how long I take to draw. So like I was focusing on shadows here specifically, and I think like if I wasn't looking at it and I was like less conscious about how to draw, I would have had this a lot lighter, but I was truly trying to lock in on the shadows, so it actually looks good with how dark the shadow is, even though in my head I feel like it's way too dark, but it's supposed to be this dark. So yeah, that's why you're supposed to study, I guess. And then here I did some wands. So in my world, humans have to use like a spell casting tool to cast magic, and most of my characters don't even use wands, they use something else, but I just thought it would be fun, so I made wands for my different ones. This is for Mingzhe. She's like a water witch, so I thought I went with like a pearl and like a lot of like intricate wavy shapes. And then Conan is a war witch, but her whole thing is like music, so I looked at I think they're called batons, like conducting batons to conduct music, and because she's music, yeah. Navi, she's a light witch, but her whole thing is about inventing a new kind of light magic, which revolves around like art and painting. So she paints like a lot of the fish and stuff are based off like the fish I draw for when Navi is casting magic. So it's like a very easy go-to because they're supposed to be drawn in like these big kind of brush strokes. So I tried to like get the little fish shapes on here too, and it's a paintbrush. I thought it was cute. And then Ivy is a plant witch, and she actually is the only one that uses a wand, and this is not her wand. Her wand looks different, but I have to redesign it because I really don't. I like the concept of her wand, but I don't like the design of her wand. So I might use this as like a base. It's like this like split branch stick, and then a little charm, because Ivy, she's like a very like girly girl, so she has like charms everywhere, and I don't know. She also like a cute little handle. Maybe she bought it in town or something like that. And then Asta's is very like elegant because she comes from like a very reputable family. So I thought that she's this kind of, she's a bit stuck up, but she's very elegant. She's very mindful. So I thought that maybe having a more like flowing, elegant shape. She's also a star witch, which is the hardest magic to learn because it's very academic. So I thought something more simple, but something very like elegant. And then Caleb, who is their teacher / supervisor, he doesn't actually need a wand. I will be making a lore video at some point. I have one in working, trust. But yeah, Caleb, I didn't know what to do for him, but I wanted to do something that feels a little bit bolder, something a bit more natural, but also something a bit more wide, because obviously he's older than all of them, so like I feel like his hand is larger, so like the grip would have to be larger too, otherwise it's like if you hold a pen that's like too thin and you have to write and you get a hand cramp because you're basically just clenching on your own hand. So that's like my thought process, but this one's not that thought out because I never really thought about what kind of wand he would use. Maybe like a quill and an ink. I feel like that would be really cool. See guys, this is why you do sketchbooks. And then last page for this week is I did some book studies of fun looking books. A lot of them have these like locks, which I really like, and then pretty spines and straps to like close the book. I love old books. I love old books so much. But yeah, that's it for this week. There's still a bunch of pages left to go, so I'll update next Sunday. I think I'm gonna keep updating these every Sunday, so I think there's 3 more updates, 3 or 4, depending on if I do like a full sketchbook tour or not. So yeah, stay tuned for that every Sunday. So I have like 92 subscribers right now, which for a lot of people might not be that much, but for me it's kind of crazy because most of them I've gotten through like YouTube and not through like advertising my YouTube on other platforms, which means to me that like people are actually like watching my videos and like liking them enough to like subscribe, which is really cool. Like that's actually crazy to me. I wanted to do like a little 100 subscriber special, and basically I wanted to draw your guys' pets. So if you have a pet and you would like me to do a probably quite mediocre drawing of it, email it to this email here that's gonna be somewhere on the screen. The cutoff date is October 10th. Yeah, October 10th, because that's like next week, next Sunday, which if my channel keeps growing the way that it's growing, I think I'll be by 100 then, because I'm gonna upload this video and the next video. Well, I mean, you'll never know. Like maybe I'll post an absolute flop, but nonetheless, like, that's the cutoff date. So if you have a pet, if you have a silly pet, maybe like include a line or two about them so that we can like talk about your guys' pets, because I think that would be really cute. And yeah, email your pet to me and email your description of your pet, maybe their characteristics, and so I can draw them. Yeah. I think I'll be able to draw them all unless I get like a ton of submissions. Then I might have to balance it between like the types of pets. So like if you have like an exotic, like if you have like a bird or like a pet rock, that might be more likely to draw than like cats, because I feel like cat is a very common, if that makes sense. I want to draw a bunch of different ones. So, but yeah, I think I should be able to draw all of them. Maybe. Yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for your support, guys. This is actually crazy. And thank you for watching. Find me on all platforms under Zoe Likes Frogs. And yeah, see you on Wednesday for a different video, and see you next Sunday for another sketchbook update. Bye bye!